Tomorrow, for anyone who is local to our Durham, North Carolina warehouse, we are doing an in-person event at our showroom where we are going to be talking more about these fragrances. We're going to be letting people smell them, maybe even getting some of your first impressions on video as well, if you would, that's something you would like to do. And the first 100 customers will also be able to choose a free 1 ounce sample of their favorite of this new collection. So if you are local and able to make it tomorrow, that event is going to be happening from 12 to 3. I will be there. A bunch of my other colleagues will be there. Going to be super fun. So hopefully I will see some of you. All right. Let's get down to the fragrances. And of course, feel free to ask any questions as you go along, leave comments, any of that good stuff. Let's get to it. Okay, I'm gonna be going pretty much alphabetically. So number 1, first fragrance we have is Ambered Vanille. Vanille? I think it's Vanille. That's French, right? Yeah, this is a really nice one. It's a nice ambery, soft, kind of like slightly powdery, but not too much powder. It's a really, I love amber in fragrance. It's just such a like luxurious note. For our notes here, we've got top notes of coconut and sugar, middle notes of vanilla and jasmine with a base of amber, patchouli, and musk. So anyone who really likes scents like amber noir or Egyptian amber, you really are a big fan of that amber note, you're really gonna love this one. It's very luxurious, very just like expensive and I don't know, like rich heiress sort of vibes, which I'm all about just because that's something I will never achieve in my life. All right, so if we're looking at the fragrance wheel here, no surprise, of course, this is in the amber and a slight gourmand. Yeah, it's amber gourmand, which tend to do really well together. And I think this would be really nice for any collection that doesn't already have like an amber noir, an Egyptian amber type fragrance. I say it's, you know, people ask like if it's more masculine, feminine leaning. I think it is slightly more on the feminine side if you do want to, you know, assign that to a fragrance. But it's really good. On a blotter, let's see, on a blotter versus a candle. I'd say it's a really nice comparison, the cold throw of a candle with the fragrance on a blotter. You know, a lot of times you're going to get a slight difference between the out of bottle impression or the blotter strip impression versus the cold throw. That's a good one. I think this is going to be a popular scent. All right, just checking out these comments. Oh, also thank you for the compliment on my hair. I tried those sock curls. Worked out pretty well. So if anyone wants to know what tutorial I used, send a DM. I'll send it to you. Okay. Oh, also, we are going to be doing some giveaways. I forgot to say that. We're going to be doing 3 giveaways. So 3 people will win a full 1 ounce set of these new scents. So that'll be coming soon. I'll do the first one shortly. Here's the rules, standard rules, 18 plus to enter, based within the US. Giveaway closes at the end of the live, so I'm so sorry if you're watching this later. The giveaway will not be live anymore. It's not sponsored, affiliated with YouTube. 1 entry per person, please. Even if you enter multiple times, you will only be counted once. And please give me a real email address so that I can contact you if you win. And that link is in the description. Okay, question. Do Scent Society members get an early release and when? I believe yes. If you are a member of the Scent Society, I do believe at some tier. I'm not exactly certain of the details, but I can find out that info for you. Certain tiers probably are getting an early release. I can't tell you when just yet. Will they be on sale when they're released? Yes, so anytime we do introduce a new fragrance collection, we do offer for, I think like a couple weeks usually, 50% off 1 ounce bottles, just to give everyone, you know, a good opportunity to try them. All right, should we go to the second one? I'm excited about this one. Okay, second fragrance, Elderflower Aperitif. Look at that product photo. Isn't that gorgeous? I haven't seen that photo yet. That's really pretty. Yeah, I love Elderflower Aperitif. I love this sort of tart floral experience it's giving me. So we're going to have top notes of, oh look, it's my name. It's Cassis, apple and raspberry. Middle notes of elderflower, tuberose, ylang ylang, base of cedar wood and amber. I really like this one. If you really like those tart, fruity notes like elderberry or cassis or currant, you're really, really going to like this. If we're looking at this one on a fragrance wheel, it is decidedly in the fruity family. But it's really nuanced and sort of delicate in a way. And by delicate, I don't mean it's light smelling. It just has like a princessy feel to me. Like it's giving Disney princess vibes, but like ones who just have a little bit of a sassiness to them. Like think, I don't know, like Meg in Hercules kind of situation for me. Yeah, I really, really, really love that tartness. There's a little bit of floral in there that's kind of keeping it grounded. I wouldn't say I super pick up on that cedarwood note off the cold throw, but I know it's there because it's keeping it from getting like too intensely fruity. It's keeping it nice and grounded. Yes, some more elderflower fans. Love to see it, yeah. Let me try this on a blotter. Because I always do like to kind of give you guys my opinion about the out of bottle versus the cold throw, because I think that's important information for people to have. So let me compare here. Okay, yeah. All right, so this one, definitely we're having some differences. So on a blotter strip out of the bottle, Elderflower Aperitif is, it's more like, the fruit is more intense and less airy and tart, if that makes sense. I'm getting more like rich, dark fruit versus in a candle, it's a little airier. It's not quite so deep and intense, and I definitely prefer the cold throw. This is one where I think, you know, if you are making this and selling it at a market or something, this is one I think customers will pick up and they're going to put it down and then they're going to pick it back up again because it just has such an intriguing aroma. This is a really good one. Okay, I'm really appreciating the Hercules quotes in the chat. Honey, you mean Huncules? Yes, I do. That's one of my favorite Disney movies. Incredible soundtrack. Had no reason to go that hard, but it did. Okay, third fragrance. I'm really excited about this one. We have some fun content planned with this fragrance. I think you guys are really going to love this one. All right, let's see it. Enoki Forest. What? A mushroom fragrance oil? What's the deal with that? I can't wait for you guys to smell this one. I'm actually really excited to see people's reactions to this one at the showroom event tomorrow. So Enoki, if you did not know, is a type of mushroom. And I love the name. I don't know what it tastes like because, to be honest, I do not like eating mushrooms. But I love the way this fragrance smells. If you know me, you know I really love weird, funky, earthy, just like dank, dirty scents. And so this one is right up my alley. It's also gonna be, you know, for people who watch The Last of Us, the new season is coming up, I think this weekend. So this is really great timing. Definitely thinking of some Last of Us content around this fragrance because it is super fun. So, okay, oh, this is a surprise to me. So if we are looking at the fragrance wheel, this is an amber/woody scent. I wouldn't have guessed amber. Ooh, can we go back to the fragrance notes, please? Yeah, so we're looking at the fragrance notes for Enoki Forest. We've got a little citrus, aldehydic notes. There's obviously mushroom right there in the middle, earth and moss, a base of cedarwood and sandalwood. Yeah, for any of you who are fans of petrichor or fog and fern or the moss element or any of those really dirty, mossy, just sort of natural earthy scents, you are going to be a huge fan of this one. We have started seeing a lot of mushroom fragrances popping up here and there, and fine fragrance, and like fine like body care lotions, things like that. Yeah, this one is so good. It's really one of those ones that you're just going to pick it up and you are not going to be able to put it down because it is such an interesting, complex aroma. And I would say that it's pretty one-to-one, the out of bottle on the blotter with the cold throw of the candle, I think is pretty spot on. So I wouldn't worry too much about it shifting once it's in wax. Okay, love hearing this. The Enoki Forest is going to be huge for your customers. Yes. Perfect for a library line. Yeah, I think a lot of you guys who make the like literary book candle lines are really going to like this one. Would this blend well with fog and fern? I think it would. And we can look at some blends later. So let's keep that one in our back pocket because I think it will. They're definitely cousins. Maybe, you know what? I would actually say Enoki Forest and Fog and Fern are maybe like half siblings. Not full siblings, but they're half siblings. Yeah, I think that would be good. We can try that one later. And yes, absolutely. This would be another one for my my bog body mythical candle that I want to make. It just can never get quite right. I might have to start playing around with this one because I think that actually is going to be pretty spot on. Okay, a great question. I saw someone ask this yesterday when I posted about this live happening. Since these are luxury fragrances, will the prices be higher? So, all of our fragrances are priced according to what it costs to make them. They do generally tend to be in the same price range. So these are luxury fragrances because the notes and the final product is it's a luxury presentation. However, they will not be priced any more or less high than our other scents. Some might be more or less than others, but we're not gonna be at like a, $70 for a 16-ounce bottle range. That's a little wild. So these are gonna be pretty much in line with our other fragrances. So that I am happy to say, yeah, they will not be super higher. Gonna be in line with the others. Someone else is obsessed with bog bodies. Okay, well, send a DM and we can talk because that is one of my like hyper fixations in my life. Love that you can do a book club line and this is going to be spellbinding Enoki Forest. Yes, this one is going to be good for all the people who do fantasy lines, literary lines, like fairy lines. This is definitely like big, don't share your name with the fae, right? You don't want to ever do that. All right, so I hope you guys are excited. First giveaway is happening now. We have chosen the winner. And the winner is, let's see, Joy S. Woo! Congrats, Joy. You are the first winner of a full set of these new upcoming fragrance oils. I'm so excited for you. So look out for my email later. And by the way, I always give this disclaimer, but when you're entering our giveaways and giving us your email, we're not doing anything with your email other than if you win, notifying you that you won. So you won't be subscribed to anything or anything like that. So congrats. Yay. All right, let's move on to the next one. So this is another one I am really excited about. Gilded Mandarin. I love the name of this one too. Ooh, yeah, this is a good one. Gilded Mandarin. I love a really bright, juicy orange scent, and this certainly is it, with a little bit of a high-end elegant twist. So this one has notes of course, mandarin, cassis, and bergamot for that nice tart citrus pop. Middle notes of coconut and jasmine. They add sort of like they soften it a bit, which is nice, with a base of sandalwood and musk. But this is definitely a fruit-forward scent for sure. And yeah, it's, you know, it can be hard to get citrus, especially orange scents, right? You know, so often they like tend to shift when the candle is burning. And so instead of getting that nice citrus, you're getting sort of a fuel kind of burning aroma. And I don't really get that with this one, which is always nice to see with a citrus. So when we're looking at the fragrance wheel, we have here, it's of course a citrus and an amber. Okay, that's interesting to me. I do get more of those ambery sandalwood musk notes in the cold throw of the candle versus, okay, actually I had been picking up Enoki Forest instead of Gilded Mandarin. That's why I was like, why does that smell weird? But what I said is still true. Yeah, out of the bottle on a blotter, it is much more punchy, intense citrus in your face. And that's really what I'm mostly smelling. I'm getting the orange, I'm getting the bergamot, like really strongly on the blotter. In a candle, it is much more well-rounded. I'm still getting that nice, gorgeous tart citrus, but it's a little softer. It's getting more of those ambery notes, which is really lovely. Oh yeah, all you Florida folks, this will be a good one. Yeah, no one does oranges like Florida, that's for sure. Yeah, this is a really juicy one. Yeah, this is gonna be a must for sure. If you need a good citrus in your line, but you're looking for something that's kind of more upscale, this is gonna be an excellent choice. Yeah, and if you're not a citrus fan generally either, I would still give this one a shot because it is not, it's not a typical citrus. It's really lovely. I'm a big fan. Yeah, it's definitely an intriguing scent for sure. Okay, moving on to the next one. I know people are going to be excited about this just because of the name. Oh wait, okay, first question, is this less sweet than creamsicle? Yes, absolutely. It has a sweetness that, you know, it has a citrus sweetness to it. There's not like a whole lot of extra sweetness. So definitely not as sweet or creamy like the orange creamsicle is. I would say it's more citrus, a little more bright and juicy. Okay, next one. I'm excited about this one. Welcome, Obsidian. What a mysterious name. I really love this name. And also look at this photo. This is the first time I've seen the finished product photo. So kudos to our amazing photographers. Look at that. I'm super partial to just Obsidian as a word in general, because like back in the day when I used to write lots of fan fiction, I had a character whose last name was Obsidian because I thought it was really cool. It was not cool, but I thought it was at the time. This fragrance is much cooler than that. This is another one, I think people who do these really conceptual, like literary lines, fantasy lines, inspired by like, you know, Dungeons and Dragons sort of situation, you're probably gonna really like this one a lot. Yeah, so when we're looking at the notes, we've got a little bergamot and some hemp in there, which is fun, just for a little extra dirtiness. There's some peppercorn, rum, patchouli, and it's got a base of leather and sandalwood. So this is definitely more of a, you know, in quotes, masculine type fragrance. But honestly, I think anyone's really gonna like this if you like these musky sort of scents. So looking at the fragrance wheel, for sure an amber, a woody scent. Okay, love this comment. It makes me want to play Elder Scrolls again. Yes, I'm a big Elder Scrolls fan, so that is fun. It actually, let's see, which Daedric Lord is this one? I don't know, it's giving me like Nocturnal, maybe. I'd say Nocturnal or Azura. So yeah, anyone who does these sort of cool fantasy lines, I think you're gonna like this one. It's this would be a good like sort of like signature scent, like an everyday sort of scent that you know, kind of make sure your house smells like this, and everyone's gonna come in and think you are very put together, very fancy. I'm really, really into it. Yeah, definitely a book club scent, good pirate scent as well. Yeah, any of these sort of like fantasy concepts, I think people are really going to like. Yeah. Yeah, I saw someone say it sounds like a bass forward, like a bass note forward. And yeah, those bass notes tend to typically be things like ambers and musks and sandalwoods. And yeah, definitely getting a lot of that here. Yeah, it's interesting. I think this is actually going to end up really filling a hole in a lot of people's lines who are looking for that more musky, masculine type of scent that's still going to be like pretty widely appealing to everyone. That's like mysterious, unique, intriguing. Yeah, I think this one, if I had to guess, this one and then the next fragrance I'm about to share with you are probably going to be kind of the standouts of this line. Yeah, it's going to be a big one. Okay, so I see a few people asking about reed diffuser usage for all these. We won't forget about that. I'm going to hang on to that because I need to get that info from my colleagues, but we'll get to it later. All right, next up, very excited about this one. Say hello to Speakeasy. Okay, and there's a cool backstory with this product photo. So if you live in Durham, you live in the area, I believe this photo is from one of our local bars, one of my favorite bars, the Corpse Reviver. It is a really great little place. If you have not been there, I would suggest going there. But yeah, so we partnered with them. They let us use their photo, and definitely big vibes. Speakeasy. It's so good. I think this might be my second favorite of the line. So we're getting top notes of peppercorn, orange, and violet, a middle of sage and pine with a base of leather and juniper. So this is definitely one of those fragrances that is highly conceptual. It's a vibe, right? It's not a, so if it's not like Enoki Forest, which is like, you're getting the mushroom. It's not a Gilded Mandarin where you're getting the mandarin. This one is much more of like a vibe heavy scent. Yeah, people who do like, if you want to do like a murder mystery concept, like Clue, Agatha Christie, I think this is going to be perfect. Looking at it on the fragrance wheel, woody and aromatic for sure, thanks to that sage and that pine that's in there. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. This is probably going to become one of my new go-tos when I'm making gifts for people, just because I think it's just going to be so crowd-pleasing. I mean, who doesn't like a really, really just, I don't know, just a pine scent that is different and unique and not like a Christmas tree scent? I don't know. There's something about that to me always just works. Oh, what was the name of the bar again? So it's called Corpse Reviver, which is also my favorite name for a bar. Really good cocktails. Highly recommend if you are in the area. But let's take a look at the blotter versus the candle. Okay, so on the blotter, I'm getting lots of the sage, lots of the pine right away. Yeah, definitely in the candle, the intensity of that pine and sage mellows out a little bit. I'm smelling more of those base notes, getting more of the leather. I wouldn't say it's a forest witch scent. If you're wanting to do a forest witch fragrance, I would lean more towards Enoki Forest. Speakeasy, it's more like, I'd say it's Great Gatsby. It's Murder on the Orient Express. it's more of that kind of vibe versus like a forest witch kind of vibe. Really good. Is it anything like Jazz Club by Maison Margiela? Actually, I cannot remember what that one smells like. If you can give me a description, I can tell you if it is similar, but I have smelled that one. I don't remember what it is like. But, you know, you could absolutely name this Jazz Club and I would totally believe it, because this definitely has like a Roaring 20s sort of vibe. It's really good. I think this one is going to end up being kind of the star of this collection, but we'll see. I am often wrong about that. I try to guess when we release new fragrances what's going to be the most popular, and most of the time I'm wrong. Sometimes I'm right. This one I think I will end up being right, but I might eat my words, so we'll see. Okay, it's time for the second giveaway. So the giveaway winner is picked. If you have not yet entered, please make sure to enter. We will be doing one more giveaway after this one. So let's see who it is. Dun, dun, dun. Chris H., you are the winner of a full set of these fragrance oils. So look out for my email later today. Congratulations. Okay, let me check out some of these questions here. Okay, Jazz Club is more like cognac and tobacco. So yeah, I'd say it's probably not exactly the same. It might be like related. Maybe they're cousins, but I wouldn't say, you know, there's a lot of cognac or tobacco in Speakeasy. There's definitely some like alcohol notes with like the rum. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's like that. These scents are going to be game-changing. Yeah, for a lot of people, I absolutely think they will be, for sure. Okay, this is a good question. What's the fragrance load used on these candles? So I don't know exactly, I don't know what they're using now. So we always use the same fragrance load. So these are all the same fragrance load. It might be like, I think it's between 6 and 7%. That might be wrong now. They might have changed it. But yeah, I think it's between 6 and 7, maybe 8. But that's what I wanna guess. Ooh, a mixed smoked oud with Speakeasy. I already know that's gonna be good. Okay, I'll keep that one locked away in the old mind, which is not a steel trap, so I might forget. So if I do, just remind me. All right, so reminder, enter the giveaway. If you haven't, if you've already entered it, you don't need to enter again. Okay, we have two more to get through. So, we're taking a sharp right turn away from Speakeasy with this next fragrance, Water Lily. Look how delicate and pretty that photo is. All right, if you are a floral lover, I have a feeling you're really going to be a fan of Water Lily. Yeah, I think florals are kind of hard sometimes. It's really hard to find a floral that you really love and feel is like modern and upscale and a little bit interesting and different. And I think if that's what you're looking for, this is going to be a good option for you. So top notes of violet and marine, middle notes of mimosa, flower, lily, of course, a little cardamom in there. Ooh, that's surprising. With a cotton blossom and a base of tonka bean and sugar. Okay, if we're looking at it on the fragrance wheel, of course, it is a floral and it's a marine ozonic type of scent. Okay, someone's saying it reminds you of your local botanical gardens. Yes. Yeah, this definitely is giving me botanical gardens for sure. Yeah, on the blotter, it's a little kind of, it has a bit of that lotiony characteristic on the blotter. Definitely a lot of the lily. I'm getting some of the cotton blossom. Okay, in the candle. So this is another one I would say, don't rely on the out of bottle aroma. Definitely put this one in wax if get this one, you're thinking about it. Maybe you're on the fence about it. Try it in wax. In wax, it is much more round and full. I'm getting those really beautiful floral notes, a little bit of the marine kind of airy ozonic notes. It's really good. It's really good in a candle. I actually strongly prefer the cold throw to the out of bottle, even though the out of bottle is good too. It feels much more complex in wax, for sure. For sure, for sure. What wax are these candles made with? I believe this is 464. It's definitely soy. I think it's probably 464. That's what it looks like to me. So let's go with that. Yeah, you need this water lily. Does it smell green? I wouldn't say it's super green. Instead of, it has freshness to it, but the freshness is coming more from those marine notes. It's like watery freshness versus a green freshness. I don't get a whole lot of green in here. Would this make a good room spray scent? Yeah, I absolutely think it would. This would be a really nice room spray. This would be really nice just for spraying on your towels, your linens, your bed sheets. Yeah, that's gonna be a nice one. I'm excited to see how that one does too, and what you guys think about it. All right, last one. You guys ready? White peach blossom. I love a peachy scent. I do love a peachy scent. This is a really nice one too. I love the combination of fruits and florals. It's just very classic. Always smells good. So we've got top notes of peach and orange peel, middle notes of sweet pea, rose, and marine, with a base of mango, teakwood, and musk. Okay, I see the mango now. Okay. All right, on a fragrance wheel, fruity and floral, as one might surmise from the name. So yeah, definitely a fruity floral scent, classic combination, fruits and florals. Okay. So I was surprised by that mango note in there when I was reading the note description, but then once I put it on the blotter, I was like, oh, there it is. Okay, so I will say this is another one. Get it into some wax before making your final judgment. Because I think the mango really is serving to bolster the peach notes in there versus like being a mango forward scent. Because I'm not getting a whole lot of it in the cold throw. I do get it a lot in the blotter. But in the cold throw, it's very well rounded. Really pretty. I love peach scents. This one I'm definitely gonna have to make some room sprays at least with. Yeah, never go wrong with a peach scent. I totally agree. I love peach. That one's gonna be good. I think that one's gonna end up being a favorite as well. Okay, loving this comment. A whole Super Mario line, Enoki mushroom, Obsidian for Bowser, and Princess Peach. Yes, and you know what? I think we can expand it because I feel like Luigi would also be Speakeasy. I think that makes a lot of sense to me. So if you do this, if someone makes this whole Super Mario line, please tag us, please. I'm begging you, because I need to see it. Does it have any powdery notes, the white peach blossom? I would not call this powdery, no. There's definitely like a softness to it, but it is, it's not powdery, no. It's fresh, it's floral, it's a little airy thanks to those marine notes, so no. Yeah, I wouldn't say this is powdery. Okay, is it balanced with the floral or more overall fruity? I would say it's very well balanced, maybe a super slight, you're dipping a toe into the fruity line, but overall I think it is pretty well balanced. Very balanced, fruity floral. Is it noticeably different from Orange Blossom? Yeah, it's definitely noticeably different from Orange Blossom. I would call Orange Blossom more on the floral side of things, whereas this one is much more in the center between a fruit and a floral. And then the floral aromas are pretty different. So yeah, it definitely noticeably different if you already use Orange Blossom in your line. Yeah, okay, I agree with you. I hope our stocks are good for Speakeasy, Obsidian, and Enoki Mushroom. I think those will be hot sellers. Yeah, I agree. I think Obsidian, Speakeasy, and Enoki are going to, at least at first, top the charts. But we'll see. We'll see about that. I've been wrong plenty of times. Is ambered vanilla similar to velvet vanilla? Yeah, they're definitely cousins. But they're distinctly different. Yeah, I mean, velvet vanilla is much more, I would say, vanilla forward, whereas ambered vanilla, I'm getting a really nice balance of the amber and the vanilla. Yeah, definitely different, but related. They're in the same family. I think a blend of them would be nice too. Yes, this luxury fragrance line is going to fly. I know. I think I think we're prepared. We should be, but we'll see. It's always fun to kind of keep an eye on that. When will these be available? Am I allowed to say that? Am I allowed to say when? I don't think so. Soon. I would say keep an eye out over the next week or so. And then if you are if you're an artisan. If you're a member of the Scent Society, and I think if you're at that artisan tier, you might get a early access for a day. But I have got to confirm that. So don't hold me to that. Would it blend well with a tea scent? Which one? I don't know which one you're talking about, so let me know, and then I'll tell you what I think. Yeah, I'm really, really excited about this whole line. Oh, and we have to do our last giveaway. So if you have, okay, so yeah, giveaway winner is picked. If you did not make this one giveaway, I would just say keep an eye out. Who knows? Maybe we'll do like an Instagram giveaway when these launch. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, giveaway winner. Last one. Amanda H., congratulations. You have won a full 1 ounce set of these fragrances. Look out for my email later today. Are we ever going to get back red ginger saffron? I don't know. I hope we do. That was one of my favorite scents. I was very sad about that one. I hope so. We have gotten a lot of requests for bringing back something similar. We do take note of those, so I hope so. I really, really would love to have something similar available again, but I can't tell you right now because I don't know. But I'm with you. I hope. That was one of my favorites. All right, congrats to all the giveaway winners. And if you have only recently joined, just as a quick reminder, if you did not see it on our social medias, we are doing a in-person event at our showroom tomorrow, where we are going to be letting people sniff all of these fragrances, just as kind of a little sneak peek in person. That's going to be from 12 to 3 at our Durham showroom. And the first 100 customers who attend will get to choose a free 1 ounce of their choice from this line. And if you are interested in being on video, we are going to be trying to get some like first reactions from people on video. So if you've ever been interested in that, now is your chance and you're local. So I see someone asking what will be discontinued, but we're not planning to discontinue anything in tandem with this line, at least to my knowledge. Like these aren't replacing anything. Like these are all new fragrances. Okay, all right, awesome. So people were asking about applications you can use all these fragrances in. And just as a quick summary, they are all soap and lotion safe. They're all room spray approved as well. And then for the diffuser approved scents, Obsidian, Elderflower Aperitif, and Speakeasy. are all approved for use in reed diffuser. So 3 out of 8 isn't bad if we're talking about a reed diffuser, approved. So it's pretty good. And I think Speakeasy is going to be gorgeous in a diffuser. Elderflower Aperitif, another really, really nice diffuser scent. So that's good. I'm excited about that. All right, y'all. So do you want me to review all the fragrances first really quick so we can go through them if you only recently joined? All right, so starting alphabetically from the first one, we have Ambered Vanille. Then we have Elderflower Aperitif. I love this photo. We have Enoki Forest, Gilded Mandarin, Obsidian, Speakeasy, Water Lily, and White Peach Blossom. So 8 new fragrances. I'd say keep an eye out next week, and that's the most info I can give you at this moment. Okay, this is a great question. This is not a silly question at all, and I'm so happy you asked this. What's the difference between a regular fragrance and a luxury fragrance? Okay, so first of all, I will say if you want to learn more about this topic, read more about it, we do have a really nice article on our website about luxury fragrances. It talks about how to choose them for your line, what makes a fragrance luxury. But essentially, it's perception. It is, luxury fragrances tend to have notes that are more rare or interesting note combinations. A great example is the Enoki one. I mean, a mushroom scent, that's pretty, that's a rare note. You don't find that a lot of times. But so much of it is really just about your perception, the consumer's perception of what is a luxury sort of scent. And so these were all created by our product development team, kind of with that in mind of what people's existing impressions about what makes a fragrance luxury. So it's really just about you. And there's definitely fragrances that I would consider to be luxury leaning that other people think are just kind of normal scents. And then, the opposite, where someone thinks something is a very luxurious scent, but for me, I think that's just kind of a more basic one. So it's really just about your own perception, your perspective, how you are approaching the scent. So yes, exactly. It's exactly this. It's vibes. It's vibes. And yeah, and just as a reminder, I mean, we're calling this a luxury line, but we're not pricing this any differently than we typically price our fragrance oils. They are priced in a range depending on the ingredients that are required to make them. So some might be a little more expensive or less expensive than others, but we're not marking these up just because we're calling them luxury. That's not our vibe. That's not what we do. Love this. Already obsessed with nearly all of these. Yeah, I'm really, really excited for you guys to try these. So yeah, keep an eye out over the next week or so. And if you're local, come on by tomorrow from 12 to 3 to our showroom, our Durham showroom. Should be a fun event. And so I did get an answer about, someone was asking the fragrance load we use to make these candles. We use an 8% load for these guys. Which I think is that's a good kind of testing amount. When I'm working with a new fragrance, usually I tend to start with 8% usually, because I think it's a good middle of the road between 6 and 10%. I rarely use 10% for my own candles. I just find it's kind of a little too much, and I super can't tell the difference really between 8 and 10%. So if I can save a little bit of my fragrance oil, I certainly will. But admittedly, the math when you're using 10% is a lot easier. So kind of up to you. Are we going to get a blending party live? Let's see. Well, we haven't planned one. I will certainly do a blending live at some point with these specifically after they launch, at least on Instagram. I don't know that we'll be doing a full YouTube one, at least not anytime, you know, in the next couple of weeks, just because Dana's out. She is traveling, so it would just be me, and that wouldn't be as fun for you guys probably. But we'll definitely be sharing some blends. And as always, we are going to list suggested blends for all of these fragrances on their product pages. We'll certainly be talking about blends on social media. And next time I do an Instagram live, then we'll probably get into some blends for these, I would say. You guys love the blending. I do too. I get it. It's one of my favorite things to do. All right, y'all, we have a few minutes left in the live if you want to ask any more questions about any of these new fragrances. I know we did talk about some blends earlier, but I have already forgotten, just like I said I would. So if you want to remind me, oh, it was smoked oud with something. Smoked oud with ambered vanille? What was it? It was something. I can't remember. Speakeasy? I don't know. Oh yes, love that you guys are making more unique oils over the more normal scents. Yeah, I mean, you know, like we have what, like 200 and some odd fragrances, so quite a few now. And you know, we've kind of started to cover most of those like standard scents, you know, and we have to kind of start branching out, doing some new stuff. Smoked oud and Speakeasy, right? Okay, smoked oud and Speakeasy with ambered vanille and saffron cedarwood. All right, we can definitely do that. You guys know I love blends. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and dip these guys. Thank you, Casper. Smoked oud with Speakeasy. I just know Speakeasy is going to be a big scent. I know it for certain. How do I think Speakeasy would blend with other evergreen notes for the holidays? Oh, I think it would blend perfectly. Perfectly. Yeah, you could absolutely. You could do nothing to Speakeasy. Keep it as is. Call it a holiday scent, and no one is going to tell you it's not. Just because it has that nice pine in there. And in fact, I'm someone who really would like Speakeasy as a holiday scent, just because it's not so intensely like Christmassy. It just has a little bit more to it. Okay, so with smoked oud, one of my favorite blenders. Oh yeah, I mean, that's a natural fit, you guys. It just works. It makes total sense. It makes sense. You got it? Jazzy Christmas. Yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure. Yeah, great blend. I approve. I'm into it. Okay, saffron and cedarwood with ambered vanille. I feel like that would sound a lot better if I had a good French accent. I actually did take French in school. I can understand it pretty well. I cannot speak it, and my accent is abysmal, so I'm not even going to attempt it. Ooh. Okay, so I will say on the blotters, the saffron cedarwood does like kind of take over the ambered vanilla a little bit, but they actually meld really nicely together. And now that it's dried down a little bit, I do get more of the ambered vanille. This is a really nice blend. Yeah, it just adds a little bit more muskiness to it, which is really nice. I like that one too. That's a good one. Okay, Fog and Fern with Enoki Forest. Yeah, this is one we definitely gotta try. I cannot wait to see what you guys think about Enoki Forest. I think it's gonna be another kind of petrichor-ish situation. It's not as intense as petrichor. I will say that right away. But I think some people are really going to be super into it, and some other people are going to be like, what is going on? What did you guys just make? I personally love it. I love those really weird, dirty scents. What that says about me, I will let you decide. Okay, Enoki Forest with Fog and Fern. Ooh, yeah. That's a natural fit. Yeah. The Fog and Fern bolsters the Enoki Forest a lot. It takes away a little bit of that like kind of intense earthy dirtiness. Lightens it up a touch. But yeah, this is Witch in the Woods. This is Baba Yaga's cottage. Like, this is, yeah, if you do a witchy line, please try this. First of all, you're definitely going to want Enoki Forest blended with Fog and Fern. Fabulous. Yeah. Huge fan. I wouldn't say Enoki Forest bolsters Fog and Fern just because Fog and Fern is like a little light, but together they're gonna be that's a good blend. I'm gonna need people to try that one and get back to me about what they think because that is a good one. Yes, Bog and Fern. Okay, you win a prize for fragrance names. Yeah, everyone in the room agrees with me, so you win the live. So yeah, someone was asking what would I say would blend well with Fog and Fern. Yeah, for sure, Enoki Forest. Absolutely, no question about it. Ooh, Speakeasy for Christmas gives you La La Land vibes. Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, because it has that, there's enough pine in there that, like, if you told someone it was a holiday Christmas scent, they would totally believe you. But it's not just like, it's not so straight up Christmas tree like Fraser Fir is, for example. White Peach Blossom and White Tea. Okay, first, just real quick, I'll get back to this one, I promise. But before I forget, what book would Obsidian be? So if anyone has read The Serpent and the Wings of Night, that's Obsidian. For all my romantasy, my dark romantasy friends out there, you've probably read that book. Serpent and the Wings of Night, that's Obsidian. Okay, White Tea and White Peach Blossom. Let's give it a shot. This is one I already know is going to work. I haven't tried it. It's just that White Tea is such a good blender, especially with fruity and floral scents. I love White Tea. It's one of my all-time favorite CandleScience fragrances. I think it's really just one of the goats. If you haven't ever tried that from us, please do. It is a great fragrance. Oh yeah, this is a natural fit. Again, White Tea, White Peach Blossom. The white tea adds a little more citrus. It adds a little bit of that really fun tea note that adds like a little earthiness, but also a little freshness. Yeah, that works. It's really good. One more. Okay. Yeah, we can do one more. We can try Gilded Mandarin with Golden Hour. Oh, but we don't have Golden Hour. Okay, we can't do that one. I'm sorry. I will say, though, I do think that would work pretty well because they are somewhat, I wouldn't say they're similar, but, there's a little coconut in Golden Hour. There's some of that, like, a little citrus. So, yeah, I think they would work together pretty well. But, yeah, that was one we don't have. We need to get more. I mean, it's not like the warehouse is right here. So, well, we should get it. All right, for someone who doesn't like vanilla scents, would ambered vanille be something to try? I would say so, yeah, because the amber I find is a little heavier than the vanilla. So yeah, I would give it a shot. I don't know if you would love it, but it's not so vanilla forward, right? It's not very vanilla. It's not velvet vanilla. Definitely more amber in there. So I would give that a shot. You know, just try it and see. Because if you like amber, you'll certainly like that. No, golden hour is not leaving. No, I didn't mean to scare you. We just don't have it in our little like marketing studio right now. I think we used it for a project or something, so we don't have our 1 ounce. So not leaving. Didn't mean to scare you. Golden hour, she'll be hanging around for quite a while. All right, y'all. So last reminder, locals, if you can, come to our showroom event tomorrow from 12 to 3. You can smell these in person. Definitely take a look at our current promotion we have going around, kind of focused around like tariff stock ups. We have a select group of containers that are going to ship for free. And then we have an additional 15% off our clearance items, which also ship free. So go take a look at that on our website. And then last question, someone asked about if fall holiday scents are coming out in June. And I would say we're going to be releasing our fall holiday collection in sort of like late spring sort of time. I can't give you anything more specific than that right now, just because, you know, things change. Shipments don't arrive, or they arrive early, they arrive late, whatever. So yeah, late spring is what I would say for fall holiday scents. And of course, we're going to be, we'll do more lives like once those do release, or we'll give you a sneak preview. So thank you so much for watching today, guys. And I hope these have sparked your curiosity, sparked your interest. I'm sure some of you already have your gears turning, figuring out like what you're going to do with these, what you're going to blend with them, what you're going to name them. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that from all of you. So thank you so much for watching. Congrats to the giveaway winners, and I will see you next time. Bye.